Hi, I'm Nikki. And I can't hear you over the Sims music. But you can hear me. And I just cut the music, so I think I have my headphones up too loud. There we go. Right. I'm Nikki. I introduced myself. What was I going to say? 100 Baby House. This is the 100 Baby House I made for Amanda Plays Games, formerly of the Play Sims variety. You know, the Amanda. And this is a complicated roof situation that I just have to point out because it was such a pain. But it's my fault for deciding that the rooms can't just be a box. They need to be just a little more than a box. Look at least half decent. Spoilers! Oh my god. Amanda has already given a tour of the house on her first 100 Baby stream of her second time through the 100 Baby Challenge. It's sure to be a fun ride for those watching. And a little bit of torture for Amanda, but it's okay. We enjoy ourselves. This is our front door. Let me stop going up on the roof, please. Out here, I have the chess table, so if you're trying to get logic up for the kids before they go to school, they can sit there and do that before heading out. Amanda really likes purple, so I decided purple was the theme and tried to build things around purple. We have, this actually has swatches with lights on it. So during the holidays, she can make it a Florida Christmas tree. Or a Winterfest tree. You've also got your motor skill before they go to school. Over here is just where the kids and some teens can do some stuff. Of course, we relegated the violin to the outdoors. If you play and if you watch Sims, you'll know that the violin begins at the worst sounds imaginable. It's just horrible. It's painful. Back here, this tree is a tree house, and you can shove some of this stuff up in the tree house once it's built. And over here, we have a little toddler play area. This is the sand from Island Living. And you can get the shells, which is a useful way to make money. This is in Gibby Point. It is the rental house called Jellyfish Jubilee. There's a playground over here. You're just next to the jellyfish. There's a garden over here, and they have all sorts of different events and things that happen down here. And you can go kayaking. So I thought this would be a good location for the house, because you can just send them outside. Get away from me, kind of situation. Inside, this is where Amanda had some issues. I had asked her to tell me, like, what packs she had, just in case, because I knew she'd missed some of them. But I picked one that I thought would be safe. I was wrong. This is from the Lady Bridgerton's Masquerade Ballroom Kit. And I thought, there's no way Amanda of UDC would not have gotten the Masquerade Ballroom Kit. I was wrong. So she did not have this. And unfortunately, this wallpaper kind of tied a lot of things together because the reason I chose the orange wood was this wallpaper. I was trying to find something that would go well with purple. Well, this dark green works, the hunter green. So she ended up with a whole lot of unwallpapered wall. You come in, I have tried to not clutter much because you do gather a whole lot of things while you're playing the 100 Babies. So I did some to make it look lived in, but not a lot. So you don't have shoes at the front door, which is something I would have done. We don't have the coat hook. So there's things that you can still go do, buy. There are places like this stand and this where you can put things in them, but they don't have things in them yet. This area has a console. Now, the console broke, and it subsequently broke the TV because it was frozen on the TV. So if for whatever reason you can't change the channel, it's because the console has broken. You can either buy a different console or get rid of it altogether. Your choice. We like choices. This is that family photo frame. So the picture of your Sims will show up there. It'll change unless you lock it. We have a piano. We have music. Those are more skills for your kiddos to get. In here, we have our creative area. I put the crystal table in here so we could use the plumbite one that slowly keeps needs filled. I thought she may appreciate putting that in, like, the infant's room. Because the faster they get their milestones and all the things they need, the faster she can age them up. And if they're in a good mood, they get milestones faster. And you have places to put your crystals and your crafts. And we have an easel. And people have been making a mess. Clearly, the little ones have as well. They have their activity table. We have a game table, which I have in the craft area because you can still switch it to puzzles, which you can make into artwork. They have their paper craft. There's knitting. We have a pretty pegacorn because I figured our little button eyes crafty kid would freak some people out. There's a random journal here. I've put a couple of those around to kind of remind you to use those to help get your teens their emotions under control. And we have a computer setup for the kids and teens. Close, thank you. We are going to go around the hallway and make the loop. Oh, my throat got scratchy. There is the hallway. It goes all the way through with doors. But we can go straight into Mom's room. So she can just bring her suitors from the door straight into her room and lock everything up. She has a nice bed that has good high rating, and it's yellow. A yellow bed is important. You have to ask them if they want to see it. You know, your yellow bed. And she has an area to get ready. A lovely blanket for gaming. This will get up your friendship level as well as get you flirty. So it's a good way to get the daddies into the mood. She has her own computer. This area is just designed to be locked down. So nobody uses her computer, nobody uses her bathroom. Everything in here should be kid and random visitor proof. She has a closet. In the closet, she has one of those dress-up trunks because if you're flirting with all the daddies, you need multiple ways. Nice big mirror. Get rid of your embarrassment. And a closet for, you know, your stuff. Right. That's what we use closets for. And this is her bathroom. I thought about doing a little corner triangle tub because I usually like to use those for the speed at which they can clean an infant. But they do quickly become an obsession for Sims. So I thought to give Amanda a little less stress, she would just get a regular one. Since the infants won't be washed in here anyway. In the next room is our cute little pastel rainbow baby room. 4 is about all you want to have to deal with at once, so that's what you have for most of the rooms. It's just a 4 kid at a time setup. Not much to it. You can't do much with the babies. Just a cute little room to take care of them till you can get them into this one. This is the infant room. To make things a little easier, we do not have a crib at Amanda's request. Just has her play mats. I'm still not sure about these curtains, but this is what we have. We have a couple of changing tables. We have a single high chair. That way we're not arguing about it. So you may have a toddler request to be put in it. They have their little toys. They have blocks for when they can finally start scooching around and sitting up. And next door to them, we have the teenagers. Because the easiest way to deal with infants in a 100 baby house is to assign them to a teenager. That's how Amanda survived before. In the teenager's room, it's really a mix of all sorts of different likes, but I gave them a lot of music equipment for skills. And I tried to think of things we don't often have. They do have a jamming tablet in here, as well as another journal and yoga. Next to that is the toddlers. Because again, the teens can help with the toddlers. And they have a changing table for when you absolutely have to change them, just in case. And they have this room here is their little bathroom. and it only contains one tub and some toddler potties. And you can add an extra potty, but you usually don't have all four of them sitting there. You want at least one watching the other kids. Which sounds way creepier now that I've said it out loud. And they have a little play area with a lunch bag, just in case you need them to emergency eat and put their butt down. They have all sorts of toys and things to play with. Now, the kids will also use some of this stuff. And adults will come and play with this. Which is good, because once it's built, toddlers can use it as a dollhouse kind of object. The kids can come give shows to the toddlers. And then this door leads right out into that enclosed toddler yard. Right next to that is our Yama-chan kiddo room. They have like a bug catching cage, friendship bracelets, thing for marbles, a scouting board. Whether you do the scouts or not, I figured having it in here would be a good idea. Out this back door is where you get to their play area. Kind of the carport section. Across the hall is a bathroom. This one's more about the kids. Each shower and toilet in the house has a different color. So you know when it pops up in the Sims Needs, which toilet and which bathroom they're going to. Really helps keep track of them and have less embarrassing situations. But they only have a shower choice because, let's be for real, we don't have time for everybody to take a bubble bath. You go from there to the kitchen, which has all of the seats. Sometimes you want to have holidays and invite the kids that aren't in the house anymore. And you know nobody does their homework at a desk. They're going to sit here and do their homework. The kids can even microwave themselves some food in case you got way too tired from being a mom to 1,000 children. We can make things cheaper with this. You could cook by selecting the book. Or you could take an even easier way out and just pay for the buffet. And when you're done, you can throw it into the money trash can, of course. We don't do dishes. There isn't a dishwasher. You can take the buffet stuff and throw it in here so the toddlers can grab it and sit on their little benches. They even have a little extra stool out here, like they got a timeout stool. And of course, we have artwork displayed in the hallway and on the walls and everywhere else. And the one room we missed is this bathroom. And in the hallway, we have a bonsai bush table. What are you called? Bonsai, yes. The bonsai tree, so they can get some gardening, flower arranging skills. But the bathroom here is mostly teen oriented. It's got black, white, it's got some music and skateboards because we're cool. It's also tubs so you can wash the infants. Because their job is infants. Which is not acceptable to do in real life. Don't parentify people when they're little. Helping is okay, but in the 100 Baby Challenge, we straight up make the teens help raise these kids. But that's it. That is the entirety of the baby house. There are so many packs because I am ridiculous. And this is the wallpaper again. Ornate Regency paneling from the Bridgerton kit. And it's this swatch here. It is already on the gallery. And it may load eventually. You loaded like 5 seconds ago. What is your deal? Let's try that again. It had 0 issues earlier. I have no idea. Did my internet try and go out? It's a terrible picture of the house. You can't really see anything, gallery. It has, oh, so many packs. So many packs. I've spent far too much money on this game. It's Amanda's 100 Baby. It's got 3 different hashtags you can use. Hashtag Amanda 100 Baby, hashtag 100 Baby, and hashtag IkkinSinister, which is me. Make it as easy as possible to find it. It costs 136,148 simoleons. It has 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. It's a 40 by 30. So you probably won't be able to afford it for a little while in your baby challenge if you're starting from rags. What costs $0? Game. What is it? What do you... This right here? This thing I can't even click on? Right. Well, as God Howard says, it just works. So the same applies for The Sims. I'm going. Have fun. Bye-bye!